Well, benedicite Dominus, and welcome to question 38 of the Secunda Secundae. The topic for this lecture is contention, and I am Dr. Thibault. So we are still looking at the vices contrary to charity, in particular contrary to peace, right? So the three virtues, internal virtues, are joy, peace, and mercy. So sloth and envy are related to joy, and then these vices here in the green are contrary to peace, so contention against peace. Now, contention is considered a mortal sin. This is a very short section. So, is it a mortal sin? Yes, it is listed among the vices associated in Galatians 5. Right, we get the gifts of the Holy Spirit, the fruits of the Holy Spirit, and then we get the vices. So, contention goes along with discord. Now, discord denotes a certain disunion of the wills, right? So when if I will one thing and you will something else, we are in discord because our wills are in contention with one another. Now, contention itself, right? So not discord, but contention is not a disagreement of the heart, but a disagreement in speech, right? So if we get into an argument, a disagreement, a verbal disagreement, this is contention. If you believe one thing and I believe something else, that can just be discord, right? So there's a bit more of an external element to contention versus just a movement of the will. This is a movement of the will in the form of speech. Now, you can have contention in multiple ways. One is we are arguing, we disagree in speech because one person is arguing for the truth and the other person is arguing for falsehood. But in reality, nobody believes that they are ever arguing for falsehood. Everybody who's arguing believes that they are right? They believe that what they're arguing is true. But if you're in disagreement, one person might be more true than the other, right? So in terms of intention, it can be contention among intentions, right? But the more obvious way in which people have contention is in forms of manner, right? So is the way in which you disagree with one another in speech suitable or excessive, right? What is the approach to disagreement in speech? The ability to make a good argument and to have a good discussion is not contention. Right? If it's pointing us both to the truth, right? If the goal is to have a discussion to obtain the truth, then this is a very good thing. But if when we're discussing the truth, we're attacking one another personally, we're attacking another person, making straw man arguments or making arguments which aren't valid, right? In going excessive, getting excessively emotional or angry or envious, right? Or hating the other, right? We have now have a manner of contention which is unsuitable. Since we only have 2 articles, I'll go a little bit more in depth on this. Contention, according to St. Ambrose, is a disclaimer of the truth with clamorous confidence. I think that idea of clamorous confidence is the important part, right? If you believe that you are right, and it means because I'm right, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, is appropriate because I'm right. Right? This is to a clamorous degree of confidence, right? Just like whenever people get angry and you call people out for being angry, they say, well, Christ was angry in the temple and he overturned the tables, right? Christ wasn't just about being nice. And it's like, well, every time now somebody gets angry or hates their brother, they use this as an example. Well, most likely you're not using it correctly, right? You can have hundreds of times where Christ says to love one another. You have one time where he shows anger, and that's the time you're going to judge. All of your actions is based on the turning over the tables, right? This is not really the appropriate way, right? It's clamorous confidence. Now, if you disavow what is false, right? You argue for the truth, you disavow what's false, and you do it with the proper amount of acrimony, it's praiseworthy, St. Thomas says, right? So if you show the proper amount of disdain for it, dislike, you do it in the proper manner, right? This can be praiseworthy, right? So let's say somebody is making a racist joke, for example, right? And you say, actually, I don't think that's very funny. Right? It just kind of comes off as racist. Right? By saying that, you are correcting a falsehood, and you're doing it in a way that's not emotional, not extravagant. You didn't attack the person. You did show a bit of disgust for it, right? Like, ugh, that's distasteful, right? It's not something you want to participate in, right? And you showing that it's distasteful, right? Maybe a friend of yours makes irreverent jokes or something like that. It uses the Lord's name in vain or something like this, right? To say, oh, can you please not say that, right? It's just kind of offensive for no reason, right? It's showing a little bit of a disgust for it, right? The proper measure of acrimony, but it's not, and you're correcting a falsehood, right? It's better to correct a falsehood if you can than to allow it to continue, right? Especially if it's offending another. If it's just offending you, right? If it's just an offense to you, you have the ability to turn the other cheek. But when the offense is of another, you turning another cheek is not virtuous, right? St. Thomas discusses this in the topic of virtue and justice. Now, another way is disavowal of falsehood together with an inordinate manner. He says this could be a venial sin. But really, if you just take it to an excess, it becomes a mortal sin too, right? So you're disavowing a falsehood, but you do it to too high of a degree, right? You've gone too far, right? When I'm making this video, something that's occurred not that long ago was the Will Smith response to Chris Rock's joke, right? So he was offended by this, and his response is to punch him in the face, right? This is an inordinate manner of dealing with the situation. Now, did he have to laugh and go along with it? No, he didn't have to laugh and go along with it. Could he have said something? He could have said something. Could he have responded? He could have responded. Punching someone in the face and screaming, perhaps an inordinate manner, right? Another way that it would be a mortal sin is if you actually defending the falsehood, right? If you are defending the falsehood, especially if you do it in an inordinate manner, then it's like a double mortal sin, right? Now, is contention the daughter of vainglory, right? The pride. Yes, just like discord is, contention is as well. They are very similar, right? And so we have pride. That's the seven deadly sin, right? That's the mother of the sin, the capital vice, and from pride comes these other things, including contention. So if you are sure that you're right, you're very sure of your opinion, right? Then you can have discord, right, in your hearts, because you believe in Islam and I believe in Catholic in our hearts. We are in discord with one another, right? And we're both very, very prideful of it, right? We're very sure of it, right? This could be a result of vainglory. Now, if we start arguing about it, right? Arguing now, this is contention, right? That we're arguing about this. Now, if it's because we're so bound up with our own opinions, that we have to defend our own opinions, our own ideas, then this is just an extension of pride, right? Somebody insults my religion, then it can be a matter of pride too, but maybe that gets into confusions of truth. So let's use another example. Baseball teams, right? I say, well, I'm a Yankees fan, and I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, right? You could say, well, the Yankees are the best. Well, the Red Sox are the best. Well, the Yankees are going to win. Well, the Red Sox are going to win, right? This is just opinion, right? It's just a matter of opinion. But if I'm defending my opinion, why? Because of a sense of pride, right? Get into an argument and a physical altercation, a verbal altercation with somebody over sports. Why? Well, probably alcohol. And then second, pride, right? Pride is the reason. Right? So contention is a daughter of vainglory. So in conclusion, contention is a mortal sin, could be a venial sin, could even be praiseworthy, but then it wouldn't really be contention, right? If you are disavowing falsehood and you do it in the proper manner, then it's actually praiseworthy. But if you go to excess or you defend falsehoods, then it could be a mortal sin or a venial sin. Now, it is a daughter of vainglory, right, as a capital vice of pride, because you're so locked into your opinion that you'll fight with people over things because of your sense of pride, right? So that is the conclusion of contention. Okay.